We're taking a little walk in the park while the daughter is at volleyball. So what we're going to do, we're going to talk a little NFL. A little NFL Week 7, guys. We're here in the beautiful Westwood Park here in LA. We're going to take a little stroll with you guys, and we're going to talk some football. We've got the NFL Week 7 coming up. We kick things off with the Broncos and the Saints. A little revenge game for Sean Payton, right? That could be really interesting. The thing is, the Saints have played 3 games in 10 days. So it's a big ask for NFL teams to play 3 games in 10 days. But that's what the Saints are doing, right? I live in LA, man, so just taking a little stroll around the park here in LA. Yeah, it's still light here. It's only 6:03 in LA. So we're taking a little walk around the park, talking some football. We got Week 7 coming up. Yeah, man, Week 7. We kick it off with the Broncos and the Saints, right? Broncos and Saints game should be a good one, but I think I like the Broncos in this game, dude. The Saints are playing 3 games in 10 days. Yeah, you're on East Coast time, Garrett. So I'm on West Coast time, so it's 3 hours before you guys. So, no Patrick Surtain for the Denver Broncos this week. He's out with a concussion, so that's a big loss. But Derek Carr's still out, so it's Spencer Rattler versus Bo Nix, the battle of 2 rookies. Sean Payton is taking his Broncos to New Orleans, trying to get a big W, right? What's going on, poo-poo? What's going on? We're taking a little walk around the park. Figured I get some NFL talking with you guys while we go on a little adventure time, right? But yeah, Thursday night game is going to be a lot of fun. That Broncos-Saints game. I like the Broncos in this spot. Saints playing 3 games in 10 days. You know they're going to be super banged up, right? Garrett, you got to try to make some original content, man. Do the original content. You got to see it through. Sometimes when you're first starting out with content, it's hard, man. It's super hard. Raiders-Rams, right? So the Rams are coming off a bye, right? And it looks like Cooper Kupp is going to play. They're hoping he's going to play, right? So the Raiders, no more Devontae Adams. He's gone. Right? No more Devontae Adams. No more worrying about Devontae Adams. So we'll have to see how the Raiders respond. O'Connell played okay. I like the Rams in this spot because I just trust Matt Stafford. I think it's going to be like a 27-13, 27-17 type of game, right? Yeah, Amari Cooper's gone to the Bills. The Browns are like, if I'm the Browns, I'm just cleaning house. I'm cleaning house. I'm getting as many draft picks as I can, and you got to rebuild this whole roster from scratch, right? Yeah, I mean, if I'm the Browns, any asset I have, if I'm the Browns, I'm trading Myles Garrett too. I know you guys might think I sound crazy. Yeah, I mean, Cooper, Amari Cooper's a little bit older of a guy, right? I mean, he's not a superstar anymore. There's no way you're getting a 2nd-round pick for Amari Cooper, guys. No way that's happening, right? Amari Cooper's, he's been okay this year. He hasn't been like, that whole offense is inept. I mean, he didn't look so good in that Eagles game. So, I think a 3rd rounder is about right. If I'm a GM, I'm not giving you a 2 for Amari Cooper. There's no fucking way. What's up, Jamie? What's going on? Go Birds. That's my favorite NFL team, guys. Go Birds. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, guys. We're closing in on 10,000 subscribers. Aaron Rodgers, huh? That's a first. What is it, the gray beard? That's probably the only thing me and Aaron Rodgers have in common is this gray-ass beard. But yeah, two big moves in the NFL today, man. Amari Cooper goes to Buffalo, and Devontae Adams goes to the Jets. That AFC East, those two teams, is wide open, guys. So both of these teams, I think the Bills saw the Jets make a move, and they were like, man, we got to make a move too. What's up, Kermit and Bucky? What's going on? We're here talking some football, taking a little stroll around the park before it gets dark. You know, keeping it real with you guys, talking some balls. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was a crazy, I mean, I wonder if, like, was Devontae Adams even really hurt? It's a little suspect. And then Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers are on Pat McAfee's show. So, I don't know, man. Some shady stuff's going on. I don't think he wanted anything to do with the Raiders anymore, bro. He was like, oh, my hamstring hurts. But in all reality, he's fine. I bet you he plays next week. I bet you he plays next week. I bet you. Nah, Jamie, I do not. I hope they don't rush Tua back too early. I hope they don't rush him back. Bro, I'm not doing a backflip. Do I look like a guy who's going to do a backflip? I'm not backflipping nowhere. Yeah, I mean, the Eagles just haven't played well this year, guys. They really haven't. That defense has not been playing well at all. Straight up. Eagles defense looks really, really bad. They can't tackle. Their front seven hasn't really been getting any pressure on the quarterback. And the Buccaneers just have the Eagles' numbers for whatever reason, so. God, here's this Eric the Actor guy talking about Sandusky again. Yo, your infatuation with Jerry Sandusky. I feel bad for you, man. Why are you always talking about Sandusky for, bro? What's up from Louisville? Whitetail hunting? What's going on, man? Yeah, we're talking some ball. We got some big Week 7 games coming up. Just taking a little stroll around the park. Yeah, and then we got the London game. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars are staying in London because they were already there from last week. And then the New England Patriots crossing the pond. So we got the Patriots and the Jaguars. A battle between two really bad teams, guys. Two really bad teams. Who comes out on top? Drake May looked okay. He threw 3 touchdown passes. I don't think Jacoby Brissett threw 3 touchdown passes the whole time he was the quarterback there, right? So he's gone. He's gone to the bench. Drake May, he threw 2 picks though. But yeah, the Patriots have like the worst offensive line ever. And the one strength of the Jaguars is they got a pretty good D-line. Josh Hines-Allen is a very good pass rusher, right? He's a solid pass rusher. The Jaguars, they're so hit and miss on offense, but Evan Ingram coming back for the Jaguars is a huge deal. But the running back, Travis Etienne, he's out. He's not playing, right? So we got to take that into consideration. But having Evan Ingram back is a huge deal. Evan Ingram, Brian Thomas Jr., and Gabe Davis is a pretty solid wide receiver pass catcher core, right? So we'll see. I think the Jaguars win this game, but it's going to be probably pretty close, right? All right, let me check out. Yeah, I played football, my whole life growing up, Jamie, so I played D-back. I played a little running back. When I was younger, I played like linebacker, a little slot receiver when I got older because I'm not the biggest dude in the world. And then my senior year, they switched from a pro-style offense. We got a new coach, and then we started running that wing T bullshit. And like, there's no slot receiver in that offense. So my senior year, I just walked away from the game. I was having some concussion issues too. I got an American face. I don't even know what that means. Yeah, Jamie, I agree. I think Jordan Davis is a bust. Big old bust from Georgia. Dude, he can stop the run a little bit, but that's only because he's so big. He's not, I don't know. Not a fan. Yeah, I think the Rams need to get better. When do the Cowboys play again? I'm not sure, to be honest. Anyone know who the Cowboys got next? I mean, I would love for the Eagles to go out and get a pass rusher. You have the if the Browns are having a fire sale, I'm Howie Roseman. I'm selling the farm to get Myles Garrett. That's what I'm doing. Selling the farm. Talk about the Cowboys whitetail hunting. I think the injuries are really piling up. Sorry, guys. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to be successful when all those injuries are piling up. Micah Parsons is hurt. Is it Deron Bland? He's hurt. DeMarcus Lawrence. I mean, their best players on defense are all hurt. So, and then they got a really young offensive line, right? They didn't do anything in free agency. So when you have not a lot of depth on your roster and injuries happen, this is when teams fall apart. And I think the Cowboys are in the process of falling apart right now. They have no running game at all whatsoever. The running backs for the Cowboys are absolute trash, right? When Ezekiel Elliott is one of your better running backs, I mean, you probably need to go get a new running back room, right? So, and then they don't have a lot of depth at wide receiver. Cooks is hurt. Then you got CeeDee Lamb, obviously, and a bunch of young guys that no one's really heard of. No, I don't go to the NFL. I'm too little for that, man. I'm like 170 pounds soaking wet. Yeah, Speed Racer. I answer your question now. I'm going through some of these comments. I saw the Aiden Hutchinson thing happen live. I had to watch the replay a couple times. He kind of got spun around when he was rushing the edge, and his leg went up in the air and just like cracked that other guy on the Lions. And both of the bones in his leg just cracked right in half. From what I'm hearing, there was no like real bad nerve damage or anything like that. So that's a good thing, right? It wasn't like an Alex Smith leg break where there was like, potential compound fractures and all this other BS. Like Alex Smith, the quarterback, he had a horrible leg break injury, right? So that was really, really scary. I haven't heard anything like that come out in the public yet. He had surgery right away. Everything went pretty well. So I think he'll be okay. I don't expect him to play the rest of the year, though. Oh, yeah. Cowboys and 49ers, right? I mean, the 49ers defense has not been playing well this year. Besides the stars, Fred Warner and Bosa, the rest of the defense is not playing so well, right? They're missing tackles, they're blowing assignments, the cornerback play has been very bad. But I don't know if the Cowboys are good enough to exploit that, right? So the offense, the gang's still there, right? Everyone's healthy. Trent Williams playing at a high level. They got all the receivers there. Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, Kittle's there, Juwan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall is practicing again. I loved him in college. I was a big fan of his. So the offense is going to be okay. Can the Cowboys score, 24 or 27 points to beat the 49ers? Like, I don't know, man. I don't see it happening. I like the 49ers in that spot. Yeah, I think the 49ers defense needs to step up a little bit. They're missing Javon Hargraves a lot. I'm scrolling through some of these comments, guys. Yeah, I mean, the Jets should have won that game. We'll talk about Aaron Rodgers a little bit now. The Jets should have won that game. If that kicker doesn't miss that 30-yard chip shot field goal that I could make right now with my left leg, and then he missed a 47-yarder, two easily makeable kicks, right? That as a professional kicker in the NFL, you need to freaking make. You need to make those kicks. And he didn't make them, and that's why they lost. And there was a really bad BS holding call on Tyron Smith in the goal line when Breece Hall scored that touchdown. That's a ticky-tack call in the end zone that didn't really affect the play too much, in my opinion. These referees need to stay out of the game. But I think Aaron Rodgers made some good throws, and then they got some drop issues. Lazard leads the NFL in drops. Mike Williams, literally Aaron Rodgers threw a ball that hit him right in the nuts, and he just dropped it. And then that last play of the game, the dude just falls down. Not in control of his body, falls down, interception, game's over. And they probably would have went down and scored. So the Bills didn't deserve to win that game. The Jets lost that game more than the Bills won. Yeah, Jamie, 100%. If I'm the Browns, I'm drafting a quarterback. I'm not even thinking twice about it. Not even thinking twice about it. Yeah, I wouldn't be happy with that win, Sports Production 17. That Bills didn't play too good. You can thank the refs and the Jets' horrible kicker for winning that game, bro. What's up, Country Boy 27? How's it going, dude? Welcome to the live stream. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're talking some ball for week 7, guys. If you got any questions, let me know in the comments below about your favorite team, any bets you're thinking about placing. I'll give you guys my thoughts on it. But another game I really like this week, one of the best games of the week for sure, Houston Texans at the Green Bay Packers. This game is going to be so much fun to watch. The Green Bay Packers lead the league in defensive turnovers, right? They are finding turnovers everywhere, interceptions. They recovered 3 fumbles last week. This Packers defense has been very opportunistic. But if you look a little bit deeper and dive a little deeper into their defense, they're not playing that well. The front 7 for the Packers has not really been good this year. The cornerback play has been a little mediocre. Xavier McKinney's been a huge addition to that defense, right? He's been great. He's been unbelievably good. The Giants letting Xavier McKinney walk is one of the dumbest things on planet Earth, right? I can't even fathom how you could let a guy like that walk out of your building. But they did because they're the Giants, and he's having a great year. I like Edgerrin Cooper, the linebacker. I think he was at Texas A&M in college. I loved him when I was scouting players this offseason. He was one of my favorite defensive players. He's looking really good. He's got a great PFF grade. The dude looks really good. He looks like the real deal. But they're beatable. They're one of the, in the bottom 10 in both giving up rushing yards and passing yards. But since they've been getting so many turnovers, they've been winning ball games. Can that continue against the Texans who, C.J. Stroud doesn't particularly turn the ball over that much, you know what I mean? They got Joe Mixon back, which is great as well. So, and then obviously Nico Collins is still hurt and not playing, which is a shame. I would love to see him ball out in this game. But Diggs and Tank Dell stepped up last week. They both combined, I think they had like 13 catches for well over 100 yards. So they're very capable. And I like C.J. Stroud against this defense. So I'm going with the Texans. Hold on, I'm going through some of these comments, guys. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely coach the Eagles better than Sirianni in my sleep. Yeah, Sirianni, I don't know what his deal is, man. He's like having a mental breakdown. I don't know if he like sees the writing on the walls that like the walls are closing in and he's going to get fired. Unless the Eagles make a run, I think Sirianni gets fired, man. So, dude's losing his mind. Happy birthday, Troy. 19, man. Oh, to be young again. 19. Woo, boy. What's up, DJ Garcia? Okay, I'll talk about Drake May a little bit more. So, I thought he performed okay. He threw 2 picks, right? One of them was a really bad pick. The other one was a whatever pick. But he threw 3 touchdown passes. Throwing 3 tutties with those trash wide receivers and that BS offensive line. I mean, it's something to be excited about for Patriots fans. The one thing about Drake May that everyone talked about in college is he's got some accuracy issues, especially like he throws a great deep ball. Those intermediate routes, he's okay. But those like gotta have it 7 to 12, 15-yard passes, his accuracy is definitely an issue, right? So that's something we got to watch out for. And a guy who doesn't have great accuracy, when you have a bad offensive line, it really exasperates that problem, right? So I foresee once tape starts to come out on Drake May that he's going to start to have some issues. This offensive line is historically bad. One of the worst offensive lines in football. But Drake May, I think there's some promise there for sure. All right, let me go through some of these comments, guys. Yeah, a lot of people are saying I look like Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, I don't get it. Maybe it's the gray beard. Maybe it's the... Yeah, Bob, I'm in Cali right now. I'm in L.A. It's only like 6:20 here. That's why I got a little bit of daylight. Yeah, I'm on the West Coast, man. What's up, Andrew? Opinions on Kanye West? I have none. He probably needs to go to therapy, though. Yo, Eagles all day. Yo, the Cowboys look bad. And the Eagles look not good. The Cowboys look even worse somehow. I didn't know it was possible for the Cowboys to look much worse, and then they played last week and got the brakes blown off of them. Yeah, I don't know, man. Nick Chubb had a very bad injury, dude. Like, super gruesome. So I'm not sure what the Nick Chubb situation's looking like, man. So could be a little tough for Nick Chubb. And, like, he's not going to have a lot of trade value with all that injury history, man. Yeah, sports production. If I'm the Browns, I'm seriously considering trading Myles Garrett. But he's got some injury shit going on too, guys. So the value is not particularly great for him right now. But I definitely think you can get a 2, possibly a 1. I mean, Myles Garrett's one of the better players in the NFL, right? So there's definitely value there. And like a desperate team like the Eagles need pass rushers bad. So I'd be paying up big for a guy like Myles Garrett, guys. Hey, Andrew, I don't know about the kicker they got. Can you inform me a little bit? I haven't seen any of that news. All right, let's talk a little more about Davante Adams. All right, so Davante Adams has been dealing with some hamstring issues, which is never a great thing. But how bad was it? And did he kind of exaggerate that injury to kind of figure out this trade situation? Because if he's really hurt, he doesn't have a lot of trade value, right? So, I don't know. But I think he makes the Jets a lot better, right? He's a true number 1 wide receiver. I like Garrett Wilson, but he's not Davante Adams. Right? Davante Adams is a big, strong, physical A.J. Brown type of punch you in the face kind of wide receiver. And the Jets were kind of missing that. They're missing that dirty, gritty. If you watch that Browns-Eagles game, the Eagles lose that game without A.J. Brown, dude. A.J. Brown is a dog. A straight dog. A.J. Brown is so freaking good. What's up, Nathaniel? What's going on? Unknown. What is it? Happy birthday to your little bro, Dixon. What's going on? 6. The big 6. Growing up, man. Big boys growing up. Yeah, it sucks for Chubb. Yeah, I mean, I agree. What's up, Yurt? What's going on? Yeah, I think you got to trade Myles Garrett. If I'm the Browns, I'm trading everybody, dude. I'm trading everybody. I'm just stockpiling picks. Yeah, the thing with the Lions is they're going to finish really, they're going to be a top 5 team when it's all said and done, right? So you probably got to give up 2 picks. Probably a 1 and a 2 to get Myles Garrett, in my opinion, with those late round picks. Yeah, I think it's a good move for the Jets getting Davante Adams. Like, what do you have to lose? If you're going for it, you got to go for it. Do I hate ferries? I mean, to each their own. If you like ferries, hey man, do what you got to do. Boo, did you scare me? Nah, I'm good. Yeah, I mean, clear marks, striping, like, I don't disagree with that. If there's anyone that could fix Bryce Young, it's Mike McDaniel. Because he's got a similar frame, right? Because Tua's not the biggest guy either, so he knows how to work with those kind of quarterbacks. But Tua's got exceptional arm strength compared to Bryce Young, in my opinion. The Steelers, AFC champs, not with Justin Fields at the quarterback position, bro. Not with Justin Fields at the quarterback position. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, guys. We're closing in on 10K. Help me get there. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers. Thanks to all you awesome people hanging out and watching these videos. No, Goofy, why would you trade Devontae Smith or A.J. Brown? They both just signed long-term, re-ups on their contracts. And they're such a great yin and yang, you know what I mean, at the wide receiver position. You get this big physical dog, and you got Devontae Smith, this super shifty, deep threat. He can run intermediate routes. He can run every route in the tree. There's no way. Yeah, a lot of people have been saying that the Birds should hire Mike Vrabel, but they're in the same spot. They get a defensive coordinator that's, filling in the head coach essentially. Like, his offenses were very lackluster in Tennessee. Like, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. They got Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. Bringing in a guy like Mike Vrabel makes no sense. Why would you bring in a coach that knows nothing about offensive schemes? He's a defensive-minded guy, and then you got Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. That's super dumb. Bringing in a defensive-minded coach right now would be the epitome of stupidity. What I want to happen is I want the defensive coordinator from the Lions. That's what I want. I want him. What's his name? Ben Johnson or whatever. I want him to be the coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, clear mark striping. Yo, what is it? Is it striping or stripping? I can't tell what it says. Anthony Richardson hasn't been good this year, straight up. He's completing only 50% of his passes. He's got what? 3 touchdowns and 6 picks. I mean, Anthony Richardson has just simply not been good. He hasn't been good. And he has no touch with the ball. He throws the ball 500 miles an hour. I don't know. I don't know if Anthony Richardson's going to be the guy. I'm not convinced. Yes, Sports Production 17, I agree about Justin Fields. He's athletic, but he can't throw the ball for shit. Yeah, I think Saban's going to enjoy his retirement, man. He's been a coach for like 50 years. Yeah, Saquon's been playing amazing, dude. Saquon is a dog. And they're not even using him right, but he looks really good. Yeah, if I'm Saban, I'm just keeping my ESPN job. They're paying him a ton of money to be on ESPN. Just enjoy your retirement. You get to talk ball. You still get to do the research, do the work. I agree. Nick Sirianni's a whiny little baby. I agree 100%. He's immature, too. He needs to grow up, straight up. The dude's a clown. Derrick Henry's a beast, man. I mean, what is he? He's like 6'3", 245 pounds of just like monster man. Good luck tackling that guy. That's the guy when he's running, you're like, oh God, I'm about to get ran over. Yeah, I don't think Justin Fields has the arm strength or between the ears to be an NFL quarterback. He doesn't see the open guys. He doesn't throw people open. The guy's got to be wide open for him to make throws. Yeah, I agree. Him bringing his kids to the press conference was like the grossest thing I ever seen. It was like so gross, man. After all that controversy, he's yelling at the fans at the link, barely beating the Browns, and then you're going to bring your 3 little kids to the press conference. That was a beta move if I ever seen one, dude. Straight beta move. Just a clown move. Just a straight clown show. Yeah, I mean, if I'm George Pickens, I'd be angry too, man, because he's a baller and they stink. I mean, he needs a quarterback that can throw him the ball because he could be an elite talent, in my opinion. So, guys, if you haven't yet, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as we talk a little football this week. We got a lot of fun games, man. A lot of fun games. We got the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. That's the game we all want to see, right? It's a shame what happened to Aiden Hutchinson. That was really sad to see. But it's still going to be a great game. Vikings are coming off a bye. The Lions got a lot to prove, man. Their offense has been great all year. They're one of the better teams in the NFL. Straight up, one of the best teams in the NFL. Yeah, I mean, Jalen Hurts hasn't looked great, guys. He has not looked great, straight up. Yeah, I mean, the Vikings are 5-0. They better make the playoffs. That would be some collapse. And if you look at the Vikings schedule, actually, guys, it's a pretty easy schedule moving forward. So they got a pretty easy schedule. So I think the Vikings should definitely make the playoffs. Yeah, Sam Darnold was a big-time prospect, man, and he was in a bunch of crap situations, so good for him, because at least if he doesn't re-sign with the Vikings, he's going to get paid somewhere. Someone's going to pay him to come play quarterback, because he showed if you get talent around him and you get an offensive line that can block, he can make throws. Yeah, the Lions' defense has been okay this year. I mean, losing Aiden Hutchinson is a huge loss. Losing Hutchinson is a huge loss. I don't know if they recover from that. Losing that pass rush, you know, he's such a beast, man. It's like hard to replace that kind of productivity, you know? Yeah, I mean, the Buccaneers are so hit and miss, right? They were up to 17-0 in that game against the Saints, and they blew that lead. And then they ended up coming back and dominating, but they blew a 17-0 lead against a backup quarterback in the Saints. I mean, the Buccaneers have been extremely inconsistent, right? I mean, I love Josh Allen, man. How can you not love Josh Allen? I mean, he's a dog. He comes to play. He puts his body on the line. He's a true leader. Everyone in the locker room loves him. No, Kenny Pickett's not going to play. Yeah, the Vikings drafted J.J. McCarthy from Michigan, but he tore his ACL in camp. Or was that preseason? It was a preseason game, I think he tore it in. What's up, Epic Champ? What's going on? Thank you, guys. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're talking about Week 7 NFL games. Yeah, the Bills just got Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper, Keon Coleman, Khalil Shakir. I'm starting to like that wide receiver room, guys. I'm starting to like it. I mean, I love Joe Burrow, man. The offense is playing great for the Bengals, man. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. Losing Joe Mixon, I think, hurt them a lot more than they thought it was gonna. Joe Mixon does a lot for a football team, guys, so. Because Kenny Pickett sucks, that's why. Kenny Pickett's a backup quarterback. That's why. But they signed him to be a backup. Yeah, I mean, it looks like the Bengals' defensive line in particular is getting healthier, and they've been playing better. They held the Giants to 7 points last week, so that's a step in the right direction. I like the Texans, man. C.J. Stroud is a dog, right? Nico Collins getting hurt is a bummer, but he'll be back for the playoff run. But they have Tank Dell and Stephon Diggs. They played good last week. What's also going on with the Texans, they're like the most penalized team in the NFL right now, so they got to clean it up. I don't know, man. Does CJ Stroud have a weakness? I don't know, man. CJ Stroud, I mean, his decision-making is great. He's very efficient on third down. I don't know. There's not too many flaws in his game, man. Yeah, I think it's too early to tell on Arch Manning, but I like what I've seen so far. Dreadful Nick, oil up, bro. What does that mean? What does that mean? Yeah, I mean, it's great because if a guy like Nico Collins goes down, he really took a step forward this year, right? And it was really big that they have Tank Dell and Stephon Diggs, right? Because if it's just Tank Dell, then it's starting to look like an issue. So adding depth, especially at the wide receiver position, is a big deal. So the thing with the Chiefs is, you can't deny, there's definitely some times where it feels like calls go in their direction. Do they? I don't know what that means. Everyone keeps saying just oil up. What the F does that mean? Are you guys talking about some Diddy stuff? You guys are weirdos, man. Just let it go. Diddy's in jail. Let it go, guys. Let it go. Let it go. Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with you on that. Malik Neighbors is a dog. I don't know if you haven't watched the Giants play at all this year, but I've been watching them a lot. And Malik Neighbors is a dog. They have a great defensive line. Brian Burns and Dexter Lawrence are some of the best D linemen in the NFL. Their secondary is really bad. And Devin Singletary is no slouch. And that rookie, I think he went to Purdue Or Kansas, I forget, Tyron Tracy. He's been playing really well too, so I don't agree with that. I know, why does everyone keep talking about Diddy? It's so weird. Just let it go. Go play sports instead of talking about that? What does that even mean? Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of weirdos on the stream sometimes, man. That's for sure. It definitely never ceases to amaze me, all the crazy things people say. People are weird, man. I mean, I played football my whole life, dude. I'm 40 years old. I'm not going to go play football. What are you talking about, man? I got a baby face. I look younger than I am, but I'm 38. I'm not going to go play football. You out of your mind? Yeah, Dak Prescott, sometimes I like Dak Prescott, but then if you watch that game with the Lions, he just plays bad. He makes bad throws, bad decisions. I don't know, Dak Prescott's so hit or miss. Sometimes Dak, what was it, last year? They went 8-0 at home. He looked unbeatable. And then the playoffs come and the Packers blow them out by 50 points. He's definitely not worth $60 million a year. Paying Dak Prescott $60 million a year is going to go down as a historically dumb decision. Especially when you look at their roster and it has so many holes, right? The Cowboys roster is full of holes. They need another wide receiver. They need a running back. They have a bunch of young offensive linemen, right? And the defense, you know what I mean? They could always use some help too. So, I mean, to pay Dak Prescott all that money in a roster that's not very good. I'm in LA. I look 52. Yeah, right. When you're 40, you wish you looked this good, bro. Philly is a godless city. Actually, if you've ever been to the city, Philly's like the biggest Irish Catholic city in the country. The Pope came to Philly in 2015 because of the huge influence there in Philly. So that's not true. I'm not a religious guy, but I'm just spitting facts. Yeah, I mean, Jaden Daniels is definitely in that MVP conversation. You know, he came back down to earth a little bit last year, so. I mean, last week, sorry. I know, man. We're just talking ball, and then everyone's talking about Diddy and baby oil. It's dudes are freaks. What's up, Jennifer Lancaster? What's going on? Babies don't have mustache. What does that mean? What does that mean? Yeah, I mean, Dak Prescott deal's bad, man. 60 mil, yikes. No, I don't. I don't think the Cowboys have a lot of talent. They got 2 rookies on their offensive line that have played okay. They have no depth at running back at all whatsoever. They need another wide receiver. I don't think that team's got a lot of depth right now, guys. Yeah, I'm 38. Yeah, I agree touchdown edits. I think Dak Prescott's a 10 to 12 ranked quarterback, maybe up to 15, something like that. Yeah, I mean, in the beginning of a season, especially because guys don't really play in the preseason nowadays, you got to kind of throw out the first couple weeks, you know? And then the Saints are who I thought they were. The first couple weeks I was like, oh man, I was wrong about the Saints, but now they're playing like I thought they would play. Say big sick for $1. Do I love God? I'm not really a religious person, but if you are, good for you. It's just not for me. It's a little early to tell yet. There's not a lot of parity in the NFL this year. There's not that dominant team. We could definitely see some of these teams that haven't played well, like the Bengals, go on runs, you know? So I think the next 6 weeks are going to be very interesting in the NFL. I agree 100% that Jerry Jones is one of the biggest problems with the Dallas Cowboys. Him being the GM, he's just so out of touch with reality. He's like the Donald Trump of the NFL. He just has no idea what he's doing. He's just old and confused. He doesn't know how to work the salary cap. He doesn't know what true talent is. He's got to go. Jerry firing the coach is not going to make the Cowboys any better. There's nobody on earth that could coach this Cowboys team and make them look better. Yeah, I like the Broncos over the Saints. The Saints are playing 3 games in 10 days, guys, so I don't like that. They got Spencer Rattler, the rookie, starting at quarterback. I like Sean Payton in this redemption game. Nah, I think Nick Sirianni's got to go, man. I'm not a fan. I mean, the Super Bowl, Jamie. You got to go. You got to go with the Super Bowl. Me and my wife actually flew home the day before the parade from LA, landed in Philly the morning of the parade, took a cab into the city and just raged all day long in Philly for the parade, for the Super Bowl parade. It was awesome. If you want to talk about soccer, go on a soccer page then, bro. We're talking about American football. I don't know. I mean, Aaron Rodgers can still sling it, bro. If you watch the tape, the dude makes some crazy throws. I agree with you a little bit. He's definitely limited in the pocket. But their offensive line hasn't been playing good. Morgan Moses and Tyron Smith. Tyron Smith has given up 5 sacks and 16 pressures in the first 6 weeks, dude. That's horrible. I'm going through some of these comments. My top 5 quarterbacks. You got to go Patty Mahomes, number 1. I'm going Josh Allen, number 2. C.J. Stroud, Lamar Jackson, 3 and 4. And probably Joe Burrow, number 5, man. Yeah, the city was crazy, dude. I've been in LA. I work in the movie business too. So I went to Westchester back east. I came out to LA. I went to film school and I was writing for Bleacher Report for a little while. And then I've been out in LA since like 2009. Yeah, me neither, man. I don't think the Birds look good. That defense looks horrible, guys. Do me a huge favor, guys, if you can, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all you guys tuning in, hanging out. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think Brady's the GOAT. And not only is Brady the GOAT, he took less money to get better players around him. And then most of the time, he didn't have it like, he had Gronk and Edelman, but and Moss for a little bit, but he didn't have a lot of great players. And he made a lot of average players into superstars. So. Yeah, I just don't think the defense, Eagles for Life, has any talent. I don't know, man. Mahomes has got a lot of work to do. And the roster's about to really change over a lot for the Chiefs. Like, Kelsey doesn't have a lot of time left. And then it's a whole new ball game. You know, he doesn't have that safety outlet. He's got to make it work with Xavier Worthy and Rashid Rice and Pacheco. You know, but as long as Andy Reid's there, you know, the offense can cook. Yeah, but how many rings does Brady have? 6? No one else has got 6 rings. You know what I mean? The dude wins championships. I'm at the park right now. They're like got some soccer practice going on. Me and my wife adopted our niece. So she's at volleyball practice right now, so I'm just waiting for her to be done. Yeah, 7 rings. What? That's insane. And then he left New England, gave them the middle finger, and then won a ring with Tampa Bay. That's a boss move, bro. Yeah, dude. Brady's the GOAT. It's not even like, I don't even think it's a discussion, to be honest. But if Mahomes can win 7 rings, yo, go, you know what I mean? Maybe we got to, take the crown off and put it on him. We'll see what happens. I know, I was thinking about, like, could Tom Brady go play for the Dolphins and make it cook with Waddle and Hill? But he doesn't want to go to Miami because that offensive line sucks. What's up, Hunter? What's going on? I don't know. Like, for me, it was Moss. He was like the best receiver I ever saw play where I was just like, oh my God. But like Jerry Rice is probably the GOAT. He did it for so long and his hands were so good. It's hard not to say Jerry Rice. But Moss is up there, man. But all right, guys, I got to go pick her up at volleyball. She's about to be done. So thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hit that like button. Yo, T.O. is a dog too, man. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming out, hanging out with the live stream a little bit. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll catch you guys. Check out my long form videos. I just posted a bunch of prediction videos for this week. They're getting like thousands of views, so go check them out. All right, peace, guys.